The head of Berkeley, California's teachers union, who says schools should only reopen after all teachers are vaccinated, was spotted dropping his daughter off in person to a private preschool. And now many are upset. Parents are calling him out on this. The group Gorilla Moms tweeted, "Meet Matt Meyer, white man with dreads and president of the local teachers union. He's been saying it is unsafe for your kid to be back at school, all the while dropping his kid off at private school." Scott Davison is the father of an 8th grader down in San Diego and is part of a group that's suing the entire state now and suing those leaders to get schools reopened. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Ainsley. Thank you.
Good morning. You're welcome. So first of all, I want to ask you, what was your reaction when you saw the president of the union who said it's unsafe for all the other kids to go, yet it's perfectly safe for him to send his little girl to preschool in person?
Yeah, unfortunately, not really surprised at all. We see that down here in our school district as well, that our union leaders send their students back to our schools and then, claim that to the rest of the parents and the teachers and the students that it's not safe to go back. And so we see that, down here quite often with ours. And it's really unfortunate because, most of our teachers, our elementary teachers, have been back since September. So most of our teachers have been back, know that it's safe, and don't have any problems going back. And there just seems to be this disconnect between the union leadership's, talking points and political agenda and their actual members who know it's safe to go back, have been back, and don't have any problems going back.
What's your goal with this lawsuit?
Yeah, so with the lawsuit, what we're trying to do is get back to in-person school 5 days a week. And so the state, is basically restricting us and came up with new rules in January on the cusp of our school district's reopening plans and prevented us from reopening. And so, even as case rates are falling and as teachers are getting vaccinated, we don't see any, hope of ever getting back to school. And we're on day 354 of school closures. And unless some of these rules are relaxed that aren't really based on science, aren't based on the CDC recommendations, aren't based on, public health experts' opinions of what it takes to safely reopen school, unless those are rejected, then our students might not be back in school this year.
What is the real reason? The CDC says it's safe now and that teachers don't have to get vaccinated.
Yeah, and it's tough to understand what those real reasons are, because we follow the science and we're looking at the data, and we've seen for months that schools across the country are reopened and have done it safely, and we know it can be done. And here we are in California, that's supposed to be progressive, almost dead last in terms of in-person learning for 6 million something students. So it's hard for us to understand why, they haven't reopened schools. We certainly see union pressure, and we see the union, saying that it's not safe to go back. But at this point, we all know that they're not really following the science or the data on that either. And so we're just we're a little perplexed at this point.
Yeah, we do want to read Matt Meyer, the Berkeley Federation of Teachers president, the one who took his child to preschool, his statement. He says there are major differences in running a small preschool and a 10,000 student public school district in terms of size, facilities, public health, guidance, and services that legally have to be provided. We all want a safe return to school. Your reaction really quickly, Scott?
I totally agree, but it doesn't change the fact that there are 10,000 person districts, much larger than that across the country. You look at Miami with, thousands and thousands that have been open safely for months, and it's very easy to do. So we don't think there's any issue that our regular schools, high school, middle school, elementary school, preschool, they should all be open.
354 days of distance learning for your son who's in the 8th grade. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're welcome.